welcome to another edition of the Sports Report. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Report. And today, on a Thursday, it's the Barnes, Tony, and Domac show. How you fellas doing today?
Good.
Great, dude. A little tired, a little hungry, but totally pumped. It's Thursday. The weekend's almost here. Interesting sports stories to cover for sure today, dude.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
And just kind of looking ahead, Tony, anything crazy coming up for you this weekend other than like we got Horseshoe Sunday, right?
Horseshoe Sunday. Actually,
Right.
I had a really busy weekend. So working a shoe game today.
Shoe game today.
Shoe game tomorrow. And then shoe doubleheader on Saturday, dude.
Wow.
Yeah. So we're putting in work this
When we
weekend.
going to Vegas?
Yeah, dude. Lose it all.
Hey, I mean, but that's pretty, like, obviously it's grueling for you, but I mean, that's nice, like, to have those all in a row.
Yeah. We're gonna be making some dough this weekend. Gonna be feeling pretty good about ourselves. It's funny you mentioned Vegas actually, because one of the professors at Sacred Heart, who like I know just because he was a couple years older than me, whatever. Works at the DP show, Dan Patrick show.
Yeah.
They're doing their show out of Vegas for the next 2 weeks.
Wow. Yeah. Radio
dude.
Row.
Yeah.
Radio
So
Row.
he's going on Saturday. They're going.
Wasn't Thorne supposed to get us media passes? Radio Row.
Yeah, he was supposed to get us me passes Radio Row. He dropped the ball there.
Radio Row, like we're gonna do it eventually, but boy, would have this been the year. But it just like, I don't know, because you haven't been to Vegas, right?
Never.
Yeah, have you?
Yeah, I've been.
I've been one
What the
time.
fuck are you doing in Vegas?
Parents brought me. I was hanging out. It was cool. It was sick.
How
Oh,
old were
so
you?
Probably like 16, 15.
yeah.
Trying to act cool, wasn't.
No, it's just, you know what? It's tough though that it's just like going into it. It's just such a big nut. Like between like the cost of everything and then the gambling. Like it's just like you really gotta like budget yourself. I feel like going in kind of.
Yeah, you have to budget yourself and you have to be just ready to spend too. You have to be okay with like, hey, it's gonna be an arm and a leg at the restaurant. It's like
that's really the biggest thing. I feel like the other stuff like we'd be fine with it. And really, like I feel like we'd want to go to a couple sports games, watch the games at the sports book. But it's like the people that spend like a couple of G's on the table, like, what are you doing? Like, I don't know. I just
way too much.
I don't get it because it's just like you could go to wherever you're going, drink and stuff, and it'll be, I don't know, like 1,000 less a person. Like, why get the table? Like, I don't get it.
Oh, you're saying that I get bottle service and stuff? That's what you're saying?
Is the dumbest thing.
Yeah, no, that's so stupid.
Like,
It's so dumb. So dumb.
Maybe if you hit the jackpot and like win 100 grand,
No,
sure, get the
yeah.
bottle
If you have like
service.
fuck you money and you're just like rolling around, like, yeah, that makes sense. But if you just stop it, dude. It's so stupid.
And I've always got tight too, because like I've gotten, I think it's really just been an AC. We've gotten like a table a few times, and it's just, I just get tight because like I don't like the mixed drinks. Like I just like we're at the pool party, like we had the bottle service, like cranberry vodka, all this stuff, and it's just like, all right, we get some high noons. Like
Yeah,
I don't.
that's tough, dude. Long Island iced teas, Brian.
Iced teas.
Long Island iced teas.
Oh, Long Island. Yeah, but like I will mix in a couple of those,
Right.
but then it just gets a little too crazy.
Yeah, those are heavy hitting, dude.
What would you say for you, your favorite like mixed drink, whether it's vodka or rum? Like, what's the best concoction?
Oh wow, that's so tough, dude. I mean, I guess obviously depending on the situation here, but I do frequent the JMO Ginger.
JMO Ginger.
Jameson Ginger Ale is very good.
Yep.
And gin and tonics are probably my top two.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tonic though, I don't get the tonic aspect.
Gin and tonic?
No, just the tonic.
Oh, okay. So you'd want gin and what? Like ginger ale?
Anything. I think
Ginger ale
tonic is the
good,
most
too.
disgusting thing I've ever tasted in my whole life.
I think it goes well with, excuse me, by the way, I just burped. It goes well with gin, though. I don't know. For some reason, it just goes well with a little bit of lime in there. Like squeeze the lime, too. Like, it's like, ooh, dude. It goes down easy.
Yeah.
I used to be, dude, in college, I was hot on the Jack and Cokes. It was like every weekend was Jack and Coke.
I
dude. And
used to
like,
be, I used to
I
do
don't know,
that
dude,
too. but
whiskey.
I just feel like though at the end of the day, like does Jack and Coke actually taste good? Like not really.
Oh, I think it does.
But also
Yeah.
you like Coke though. I don't like Coke.
Yeah, you don't really drink soda, so
Yeah. If anything, I feel like I don't know what it is. Do you like Coke or no?
I think Coke is good.
Yeah.
I like it over
do it
Pepsi,
on the
definitely.
weekends, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. It's
That's
just-
not Coke that you have right there? Oh, is that coffee?
No,
Yeah,
I thought you were bringing in
Imagine,
Coke
dude.
this whole time.
32-ounce Coke at 10 in the morning.
No, it's funny. So you would never used to be able to get confused because I used to put a decent amount of milk in it, but then for some reason Tony Michael called me out because it was like looked white because I had so much milk in it, and then ever since then I just kind of mostly have it black.
Okay.
Don't trust me. Bullied you into it? Is that what you're saying?
Kind of, yeah. I swear to God, every time I come to the front, I think, oh, gotta go ease down the milk. Like, can't be too crazy. They're like,
That's so
just
funny.
Just have it black. But I don't know.
I don't know how you can do that. You're talking about tonic, and you're sitting there with a black coffee.
Oh my God,
gosh.
coffee over tonic water any day. Have you had tonic water or no?
Tonic water is all right when it's mixed with stuff.
Yeah,
but
gin
by
and tonic
itself
is
is not
good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right.
I'm trying to understand it, and I can't. I don't know.
It's like when you mix it all together, it's
Yeah.
almost like you don't. It's a different taste in a sense.
Because
to
the
me.
gin is like so strong,
Mhm.
and so is, and the tonic kind of like keeps it at bay. I feel. When's the last time you had a gin and tonic?
I don't even know if I've ever. I think one time, literally, I was going to like the Big East tournament
Okay.
with one of my buddies, and he just got the alcohol, and it was like vodka tonic, and I couldn't believe how like I was like, holy shit! Like I'd rather just water than this.
That's ridiculous.
But I haven't had it in a while. But I do
Mhm.
have to say, I like the JMO Ginger. I think that I never expected to like it. And
So
it's like,
good.
I think we've gotten a couple at the
Horseshoe,
It's
yeah,
been a
definitely,
while. We
dude.
probably due for one this Sunday.
The Sunday, yeah. You want to hit the JMO Ginger?
Yeah, probably.
Let's
That's
fucking
crazy.
go, dude.
Also, where's Evolve been? Like he just shows up for the football
Yeah,
game.
for,
And then,
for shots and then
like,
gone, dude.
yeah, like what? Like, do you think that was like somebody like going undercover?
Prefer,
You think?
maybe.
But first seems too evil to send us $30, right?
That's true.
Yeah. Kind of crazy though when you think about it.
It really was, dude. This guy, I don't know if we told you this, but we did the Sports Port Horseshoe last episode with the Bills Chiefs
Divisional matchup.
Yeah. This guy comes in and he started literally on YouTube is paying us $10.
Yeah.
To do shots.
Oh
of
yeah, you told me
tequila.
this. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was probably like 3-4 times he did it, right? 3 times.
Yeah.
And then he
$10.
just disappears.
And then we haven't heard from him since.
And then that's where I feel like he would do it. Like we did a couple, and then I think after the second one, I was like, "All right, like just heads up, like I'm not gonna do another."
Yeah.
And then he sends it, and then like we kind of don't do it, and then he's like, "Boys, like,
Yeah, where are
need
the
that-
shots?
Really sweating this Bills bet. Like, really need you guys to
Yeah.
take that shot."
He like needed it, dude.
That's why I'm always thinking undercover. Just wanted to see us take a bunch of shots, But
I
if
mean,
it
I'm
was
not
really
complaining,
undercover-
dude.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that $30 though, Brian. I don't know about you.
No, I don't know. But that's fine. That's fine. We got what was
Yeah,
intended out of it. So whatever happens with that 30, that's okay.
Yeah.
But we got a bunch of comments here. What do we got?
Yeah, dude. Let's get into some comments. We got a lot of them, like Brian said. We're going off, and we have Matthew Gabriel first on the docket today. He says, "Let's go, boys. How are you?" And he goes, "Mr. Soprano, how's your mother, dude?" You had a couple episodes in?
Yeah.
Okay.
We've been texting about the Sopranos. Every time I'm just more like, wow, this is just insane. And I don't know. For some reason, one of the funniest things that I think is like the whole Carmela Tony dynamic.
Yeah,
And, like
dude.
just her getting tight and
Yeah.
then Cobb, what do you want me to do, Cobb?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it's just like one of the most ridiculous
Mhm.
lines he said yesterday. Like it sounds ridiculous me saying this, but this is
Yeah.
exactly what it was. But basically, they heard somebody, in the crew just had a baby with the Gumar
Yeah.
or whatever. And she's like, Tony, if you're going to do what you do,
Yeah.
like, you got to get a vasectomy at
Yeah.
least. And he's like, well, I mean, the last one, like, I had her tested for AIDS, Cobb. What do you want me to do? And then she just, like, storms out.
Yeah.
And it's like, why would you say that?
That is so funny, dude. I think it's the first 2 episodes where there's like the Italian foreign exchange student next door.
Yeah, no, he's
And-
imagining.
Yeah, he's yeah. Oh my god, dude,
No,
so funny. And she comes in the room when he's stuck in there.
No, and then he
Yeah.
asked her about it after. He's like, Tony, I never said I'd chop your dick off.
Yeah.
That was unbelievable.
So funny.
Unbelievable.
Josh B also says, "Family, what is good? Happy pre-weekend Thursday. Hashtag the company, the sports board, and hashtag DTV. What's up, JB? Kev Dude says, let's go. Really busy at work, but gonna try to listen. You know what I rep. Hashtag TCA. Are we still in Chick-fil-A? And you haven't given me the full breakdown on the grilled chicken nuggets there.
Yeah,
like
how you could
like you
possibly
said
like
you would,
those.
dude. And then Josh B pumped that Matty G's in the house. We have Michael Buchter also. Lakers versus Celtics tonight. I am going to be going ham, he says.
For a second, I thought it was the game he was
Going to. No,
to.
I think he's going to Lakers Knicks, I think.
Yeah, which is like over the weekend, I'm guessing.
I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Probably Saturday.
Because there's no All-Star weekend over the weekend, right?
Yeah, I know.
And then Josh B says Coke, Pepsi, root beer with the throw up emoji.
I barely drink soda these days. Oh, so me and Josh B, something in common. Yeah, no need for it. No need for it.
I
Have
guess
your
so,
water
but I will say
and polar seltzer.
root beer, dude.
Polar seltzer.
Root beer
Polar seltzer.
is on a whole different
LaCroix.
level, dude, than Pepsi or Coke.
No,
Like,
I know I do. I
LaCroix is really good. Love
Yeah.
LaCroix.
Like
Yeah.
you like root beer?
I love root beer.
I hate root beer.
That is the best soda. It's
Yeah.
liquid gold.
No,
I do
disgusting.
like it better than Coke and Pepsi. Definitely.
One of the first sodas ever made was root beer.
Really?
That's right.
But I feel
They
like
should've kept it there.
like an original root beer though. It's kind of
Nasty.
disgusting. Like I don't know. Like you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Like, how
they're
they-
like yeah.
like
yeah,
just I don't know what they did differently, but something about it. Something about it.
I did a report on root beer my senior year of high school for a speech class. I did a speech on root beer.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
it was, you know, it was-
That's sick.
when it was originally made, it was supposed to be a drink that cured everything. Literally, it was like, "Oh, you're sick, like have root beer."
Oh, really?
And then people caught on that, like, "Oh, this is a scam," and they started selling it just as soda. And then Josh B, Matthew Gabriel, loving Josh B. What up, Kev? Do the what's up going back and forth. Matthew Gabriel says, "Michael, Lakers gonna take a dump on them Celtics tonight." And he goes, "Tony, by the way, you never texted me back the other day. Never did, never will, dude." He goes, "What am I, an ass, dude?" Maybe. And he goes, "Root beer sucks." Obviously, you know how I feel. And then Michael Buchter lastly here says, "I might want to jump in the TV and fight Tatum on the court. Please keep me in your thoughts tonight." I could only imagine how Michael's going to be during the
You know
game,
what it is?
dude.
And
I mean,
like, hate
it
to
kind of
say it,
seems
too,
like, yeah, the
Lakers
Celtics.
haven't been exactly knocking the cover off the ball.
It's gonna be
Like,
beat down.
Yeah, I don't know how Michael will handle that. I mean, hopefully they win.
Yeah.
I actually might watch tonight. I guess because I think the coverage we were talking about for golf is only till 8:00, right, Tony?
Yeah, that's what you
So-
said yesterday.
I guess maybe I will tune in then to watch that. Just because no NHL tonight. So options are thin.
Options are thin, dude.
But definitely pretty pumped for Pebble, and really I'll get the PGA Tour live coverage going on my phone right after the show. Pretty much, I think the first thing they're going to show is going to be around 11:45. So
there we go.
just about an hour and a half away.
This
from
is
now.
a game.
I feel like we've been light on the bites. Like you and a lot of times too. Like I feel like, especially the ones that have been around a while. I feel like
Yeah.
you play them, and then I'm not even realizing you're playing them.
Oh,
You know what I
definitely.
mean?
You
'Cause,
just
like,
keep
we're talking
going.
about something.
Yep.
And then Michael Buchter.
Sebastian Jaguar.
Have you ever been to Pebble Beach?
No, but I there's like it's like you have to pay to go into the area. I guess if you don't live there, like it's a very exclusive community. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, I think did we look up rates, or was that last weekend maybe at La Quinta? Maybe.
No, I think that was when. Yeah, that was. La
Yeah.
Quinta,
Oh yeah, maybe because this isn't like the La Quinta's in San Diego, right?
Oh no, Torrey Pines. not
Torrey
La Quinta.
Pines.
Yeah, that was
Torrey
the week
Pines. That
before.
was
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yes.
The old West Coast swing, Tony.
Shinnecock.
Come on,
Shinnecock. You said it.
Shinnecock Hills.
I'm still
Shinnecock
learning.
Hills.
I'm still learning the sound bites. I'm trying to get there.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
still
just
learning.
trying to
I'm
get
trying
there.
to pick up on the lingo. I'm getting there.
You just gotta
Yeah.
you just gotta hammer.
No,
it,
no.
dude.
When you're not
Where are
familiar
you?
with them, like there's so many. It's like
Where
what?
are you?
Like what is that?
Where
Yeah.
are you?
It's confusing.
Like I
Definitely.
know "Let's Go" is gonna come up in the first, in
Yeah.
the beginning of the show. Like I'm learning now.
What do we got for Michael
Barnes.
Buchter?
We're hitting golf balls on the West Coast off of Tatum's bushy beard.
This guy. Oh man. But anyway, let's go to the world of the National Football League.
Wow.
He wants Jefferson, climbs the ladder. Oh my goodness! Justin Jefferson, the catch of his life.
Burrow fires, intercepted, picked off at a pick six. Minka Fitzpatrick, an absolute ball hawk.
Niners twist up front and get to Tagovailoa. Bosa again.
Mahomes escaping, on the move, stops, spins, flips it forward for the touchdown.
Stop it.
Aaron Jones, oh, what a tackle. Quincy Williams
All right. So we have another coaching hire. This came out yesterday. The Seattle Seahawks going from the oldest coach in the National Football League to the youngest coach in the National Football League, hiring Ravens defensive coordinator Jim Harbaugh. And, obviously getting a lot of credit for being the coordinator of the #1 defense, was in Baltimore the last 2 years. And kind of interesting, I do notice this pattern a lot with assistants on Jim and John Harbaugh's staff. They kind of go back and forth. He was Michigan's defensive coordinator in 2021 after being a Ravens assistant from 2014 to 2020, and then came back the last 2 years. So kind of interesting. And I've seen that with other assistants before as well. So obviously, Seattle, I think has always been pretty big on culture. The Pete Carroll, John Schneider, combination that had worked for a long time. Obviously, you had the little kind of tension after the throwing the ball, not winning that second Super Bowl, and then, of course, Russ being out the door. So trying to reset now. And, obviously been on Baltimore staff a while, and, of course, the 1 year with Jim. So on the surface, seems like a pretty good hire. And especially because the Seattle defense, I think for a few years now has, struggled to get back to the Legion of Boom status. And of course, personnel's difference. I like the cornerback Witherspoon. I think, he's really good. Who knows with Jamal Adams? He's struggled with injuries. But he's a playmaker that they have as well. So I think there are guys there. I think he will get the best out of them. But again, like when we talk about any new coach, going to an organization, it's just the offensive side of the ball. I just kind of wonder. I mean, I know it's a couple multi-year deals, so he will be under contract, but if there's going to be, contingency plans for Geno Smith, I don't know. I just have a hard time thinking that he's going to be there long-term unless he really rebounds this season. Because, had that comeback story last year, this year. I mean, you look at the numbers, they're decent. But the thing is, you didn't make the playoffs, and just some games were pretty weak from his end. And, he'll turn 34 this upcoming season. So what do you guys think about this hire and just kind of the direction of the Seattle Seahawks?
I think it's good for the Seahawks, to be honest. Like, you mentioned the whole Legion of Boom thing. I mean, their defense was certainly something to be feared around the NFL, and certainly in a league now where we see so many offensive head coach hires. I think it was a good little pivot for the Seahawks. And I mean, like you said, I think that they have no other option than to kind of sit and wait and see what Geno does and then move forward. Because I don't think, like you said, Smith has this little bit of a comeback. You can probably squeeze what juice is left out of him here. I think he still could be a good quarterback for you. And I think when you look at the end of the day, like what really was a big reason why you didn't make the playoffs, I don't think it was just your quarterback, So I like the hire. They stick with Geno for another year. I like that. Obviously, maybe try and get a younger quarterback behind him and to develop would be great. I don't know who's their backup. I think you mention
Drew Lock.
Drew Lock.
But I think Drew Lock is kind of cooked.
Yeah, I don't know. We've seen him a few times this season.
Yeah,
I feel like he maybe had one good performance, maybe.
Yeah, like he came in for a little bit, and I think after the half, Geno came back. I want to say it was maybe on Monday Night Football, but if you look at the numbers career-wise, I mean, they're just mediocre. 28 touchdowns, 23 interceptions, completion percentage under 60%.
What do you think was like their biggest problem, Seattle, this past season?
Well, I think defense, and then just overall consistency. Because they had that like lull in the middle of the season that did them in, and then too little, too late down the stretch. I think they won their last game, but 9-8, wasn't enough to get them in. And I'm with Josh B here. Did he? I don't know. Is he suggesting I said something?
Yeah, I think you did flub.
What did I say?
Instead of saying McDonald, I think you said Harbaugh.
When though?
Like when you announced who's gonna go to the Seahawks. Yeah, I think so.
I really feel like I didn't.
Do you want to roll it back?
Well, it's just usually when we roll it back, then I'm wrong. Go ahead. Let's see it, Tony.
Let's see it. It was somewhere here.
I don't know how I did that. I had to say Mike McDonald.
Yeah.
But thank you, Josh B. He he doesn't miss us. It's been a while though since we've had a conversation about that with you. David Jeter was one of them.
David Jeter,
there was
yeah.
something else like around that time too. I forgot what specifically.
It happens to everyone. dude.
Yeah, definitely. But
David Jeter was a good one.
you know, Seattle has some good pieces, but I mean, what do you guys think if they do keep Smith in place, and obviously they have Metcalf, Lockett's getting a little older, but Smith and Jigba looked pretty good down the stretch. What do you guys think? I mean, can they be a playoff team?
I mean, if Gino can play maybe the same or a little bit better, maybe. But I'm thinking I like the reset. I think they should do a complete restart, refresh. Let Gino play out this year, see how it goes. I mean, if they like maybe some of the prospects at quarterback coming out of the draft next year, then maybe like they plan a certain way. But if they don't like any of them and like they don't really know what to do in the draft when it comes to the quarterback position, I say maybe they play it out, see how well Gino plays, and see how it goes. And then after that, I think at some point you got to do a full reset. And I feel like they got lucky a couple with Gino when he first came over here. They didn't necessarily had to do like a complete strip down where they tank, get a new quarterback and all that. But at some point, I just feel like it just needed. It helps like the fan base. It helps the fan base reset even mentally, because I feel like sometimes when you have this situation happen, you think your team's better than it is, and you think it's going to last a little longer, and then all of a sudden they start to tank, and then I just feel like it just throws everyone off. So I'm thinking like this year, do what they got to do, and then we reset after that, no matter what happens.
I'm just looking on here. So what it was, they had a 4-game losing streak from week 11 to week 14, and then they won 3 out of 4 down the stretch, but just 1 game out of the wild card there. So that's kind of what did them in. But I think regardless of if somebody's there in the first round or not, middle rounds, just take somebody. Let Gino be the starter. Don't rush them. I still can't believe about Harbaugh.
It's okay, dude.
A sympathetic Tony aside, we don't see too much. But yeah, I think that's a plan. And like I said, there is talent. Kenneth Walker at running back, looks pretty good. But it is kind of crazy. Like, now you just have Washington left in terms of, a vacancy at head coach. A lot of big names out there. And it doesn't seem like the guys that we thought would be recycled in Belichick, Carroll, Vrabel are going to have, jobs this year.
Right.
So just kind of a weird cycle. Ben Johnson, we thought was going to go to Washington, the Lions offensive coordinator. He's staying, as well as Aaron Glenn. So they get their coordinators back there. So I don't know if you guys have heard. I haven't heard anything in terms of like who they're thinking.
Negative.
Head coach.
Nothing. Anything?
No, that I don't know.
Try to keep my ear to the ground.
Because I'm just trying to think like who would even be in play. Kind of want to just look that up really quick.
Let's do it. Let's take a deep dive, dude.
Also, did you guys hear everybody was kind of ripping Jerry Jones for what he said? I guess like he said something like we're all in, and everybody's like, what do you mean you're all in?
Yeah,
like,
really?
Were you not already all in? And then how could you be all in? Like you keep Mike McCarthy. And then also it's just like I feel like his mouth always getting him into trouble. Then he alluded to, they were asking him if he could work with Bill Belichick, and he said like, oh, he could. And it's like, well, obviously like McCarthy has 1 year left. Like, what is that? Like,
hey, what are you saying
plan?
here, dude?
But I just think Bill Belichick at the end of the day, like, just will not want to hear it.
Yeah, I don't think
but
so.
Yeah, no.
The only way I see it is I guess like it's like no one else wants to hire him, and he just wants that win record so bad. But that, I mean, how is the tension not going to be flaring? Those two working together.
Forget about it, dude. I can't believe that no one's hired Bill.
But he's kind of like the Jerry of coaching, though.
Yeah, I guess.
And he was very, wow, your mother a little shot here, huh? No, but again, the Tony concern. Wants to make sure I'm okay.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. My mother says good morning, Barnes.
I mean,
okay?
you guys are really sound that stuffed. Like,
I don't think so.
Like, I'm not like Gary Cohen. Like,
I don't know why you gotta like what to do with that.
I knew you were gonna love that one. Tony.
Yeah. Dude, yesterday in class, we were editing SOTs. So it was an interview of Aaron Boone. It was way back when I looked up for YouTube. It was Aaron Boone on when Aaron Judge did his 61st home run. But like, oh my, like such pompous ass like answers about like enjoying the moment, really looking back and looking at Roger and looking at Mrs. Aaron Judge. Want to
So you're
shit
hating.
myself.
Oh,
Dude.
jeez.
Yeah, I was making fun of Aaron Boone the whole class too.
You're
The
hating
kids were
'cause
loving
You
it.
thought
Dude.
Pete Alonso was going to be Aaron Judge, and he's not.
No, I actually didn't think that.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Now that you bring that up, though, actually,
Oh shit.
does Boone really like irk you or no?
No.
Because is it just because like you feel like, I mean, he's kind of being directed? It's like, how much is it really his fault? That we
Yeah,
haven't won
I
recently?
think when it comes to like most of the issues, I feel like it's all front. Like half the time, I feel like it's just Boone just making the like lineup.
Yeah.
And sometimes like you look at the pieces, it's just like halfway through the season last year. I mean, like some of the lineups that he had to put out there just because like that's all we had. It's just brutal.
Right. No, you're right. And I have said it for a long time. Like I can't stand Cashman. But
You shook his hand, didn't you?
I did shake his hand,
Mm.
and I said, "Let's
Wow.
win the World Series." This is before last season. And he said, "Music to my ears," and then followed that up with the worst season in 30 years. I think he like the terrible moves that he's made the last couple of years. I do think. I mean, this offseason was like pretty much like all positive. I know, us fans, of course, would have liked a little more, and maybe there is still something. And Wandy leaving, and I was actually going to bring that up too. Now that I think about that. But what do you think? I mean, how have you felt about him? Because a lot of fans like call in all the time and just hate Brian Cashman.
Yeah, I don't like him. I think he needs to do better. Like even this offseason, like I feel like you got Soto, but like everyone kind of told you you're supposed to get Soto. Like Soto's was supposed to happen.
But honestly, though, like until it actually happened, I was very nervous when it happened. They wanted it so bad, but it's oh, is he going to be tight about the prospects? And they gave up Drew Thorpe and Michael King. Those are guys they didn't want to give up. So it was nice that he finally was like, okay, like we got to just do it.
And then I felt like pitching again. I mean, like, Stroman's cool, but if he doesn't play well, it's gonna be another thing where it's like Cashman. Like, I feel like we could pay some of these pitchers to get him, and then we just feel like we're just not doing it.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Especially when you look at the Dodgers,
right?
Like, we're seeing the team that's the same exact team as us, just on the West Coast, doing the complete opposite of what we're doing half the time.
Yeah, no, that's true. I guess it's just like though at this point of free agency though. Are we not better off at just working with what we have and going to the minors?
Well, now that there's really nothing left to my knowledge.
Because I think to give the contracts that Montgomery and Snell are asking, I don't think we want to make that type of financial commitment.
Yeah. I mean, do you think Montgomery will be good this year? Like, you don't even think he'd be worth the money if we were to sign him?
So the thing is, I think he'd be good, but I would want to sign him for 4 years, maybe $100 million, and it's like. He wants 5 or 6 for like 160, 170. And then I don't know if
was he the one. I know one pitcher, like when he left the Yankees, was complaining about Matt Blake. And I think it wasn't him.
Yeah.
So why would he even want to come back? I don't even think even if we give him an offer, do you even think he's going to accept it?
Well, I think if the money was there, but again, I don't think they're going to give him the money that he wants. But no, that was a big thing. Like he was tight, and I guess he was saying they were trying to make him shy away from his fastball. But to be honest, like especially, and it ended up being the right feeling. And then because you had that little cup of coffee with Bader in the playoffs that you felt good about. But I was really mad that they got rid of him because I always liked him. I thought, okay, this guy's consistent. He's homegrown. He kind of just maybe just because of the lefty thing, but he kind of reminded me of like Andy Pettit. Yeah, and then he ends up being good in the postseason. But of course, after he leaves, so he would be good, but I think just because of the contract, it's going to be, it's just going to be too much. And I did see something too that depending on how the season goes, we need another pitcher. That like around the trade deadline, like Corbin Burns could be in play depending on how the Brewers do.
That'd be sick.
That'd be sick.
So
I like Corbin Burns.
Yeah, but I'm a Yankee. But like you're a Mets fan, so like why would you?
Bro, I can't just be like, wow, acquiring that pitcher is a good move. That would be a good move for the fucking team.
But
I can't say it.
No, you're saying it's cool. There's a difference between it's a good move and being like it's cool. It's again,
good moves are cool.
Okay, maybe, but again, that's another situation where, in my opinion, if the Mets did a good trade, I'll say it's a good trade, but I would never say it was cool. Again, I feel like you're just associating with a team that you don't claim. That's it. We don't.
I'm not you. I don't know.
You know,
I don't know.
and I feel like there's no reason for you to be that tight, Tony, because the last 2 weeks, I think we've been pretty light on you, honestly.
Yeah.
You had that rough stretch.
No, because I think right now this is like you guys are reaching for this
Whoa,
one,
I
dude.
didn't even
Yes.
actually say
Listen,
anything.
No,
I
I know
know.
you
I
agree with Domac. I know
I
that, dude.
I didn't think it's not that big of a deal. It's just sometimes there's a certain word choice. Like why? Like it's not cool for you though.
Cool for me, no, but it's cool for the team. It's cool for the fans. It's cool to talk about it on the show. It's
No,
cool.
but it's New York.
Yeah, but like if you don't like the team because you're a true Mets fan, you wouldn't find it cool. Is what I'm trying to say.
I don't not like the Yankees.
like if the Red Sox signed Ohtani, that's
Yeah.
not cool.
okay,
Like I would
yeah,
hate that.
okay, yeah.
And I
see that,
would hate
yeah.
it if the Mets signed up.
That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't be like,
Okay.
oh,
Yeah,
that's
that-
cool.
Oh
Right.
my God,
That's
this,
not cool.
Yeah,
Right.
to
I
have
mean,
to hear about that all.
That's what I'm saying.
Would have been brutal.
It's
Ohtani
not
to the
cool.
Mets. Like that would have.
All right,
terrible.
It's just
that's
poor word choice.
fine. I don't think it is poor word choice. I don't have anything against that team, against the Yankees team. I have nothing against
To
them.
be just a
So you're a casual
hypothetical
fan.
question here, and hopefully
No,
this
I'm
is
not-
the
I'm not.
situation. But I'm just kind of curious, Tony. So let's say first 2 weeks of the season, Juan Soto, like player of the week, both weeks, like just absolutely on fire, hitting a walk-off home run or two.
Mhm.
And like everybody's just all over the radio calling in, talking about it. Like this guy like is the next like Joe DiMaggio or whatever, something like that. Like, do you think it's gonna irk you at all? Honestly.
Well, yeah. I would like to have had him. Yeah.
No, but
That-
I'm
that's
saying
not
just
even-
having to hear people
Yeah.
talk about it a lot.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
Okay, but
Yeah.
it's like it hasn't bothered you yet, just because it's like the off season, so
Yeah.
it's not like plastered all over the
Again,
place.
it's not like I don't have anything against the team. It's more of like
Why?
that. The fans are the worst. They're like one of the worst fan bases I think of all sports.
See, that's when you just get a little. It's funny that you actually make a comment like that because your mother, besides asking who Domac is, says if you're a sports commentator, you can't be biased. You have to have a favorite team. Don't be such jerks. And it just sounds like calling a fan base the worst fan base, or I don't know. Kind of sounds like being a jerk. No,
I mean, that's just an
A little
opinion,
bit.
dude. I mean, many people share that opinion.
break it down for us though. I want to hear this.
Oh, why they're the worst
Yeah.
fan base?
Yeah.
Well, because for one, there's like a bunch of fake Yankee fans everywhere. People who
Like you.
are. No, I'm not.
With a,
I'm
with
not
a jersey.
Yankee
Walking
fan.
in with a jersey.
Oh
Okay,
my-
keep going.
People like.
Just keep going. Just
But
keep going.
those are
become- no, wait.
no. I'm gonna interject.
I can't even get a word out. So why am I
I don't-
talking?
I don't
Why
want
am I
you to.
talking?
Because I don't think they should be considered part of the fan base because they're not actually fans. I'm talking about the actual like fans, like me, like Domac, like Matt.
All right, fine. So we'll go to the other opposite end of
Yeah.
the spectrum here. The
Yeah.
hardcore fans.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
They are annoying because most of the time it's a history lesson with these people. Oh, 2000. Oh, look at all these World Series. Oh, the teams, the legacy, the captains, the pinstripes. Like that's weird with a lot of these fans. And then they expect to just be great all the time. That's I get that. That's what you're striving for. But it's just like anything where something goes wrong, it's just like, oh, this is disgusting. Like, what are we doing? This is like, we're the New York Yankees. We're not the Oakland A's. Like, it's all this like kind of like pride and hubris. And it's just like, I don't really need this right now, dude. Like, it's not, it doesn't really do anything.
To me, I don't know. It just sounds a little sour grapish to me, to be honest. Just because it's like, especially, I mean, for our standards, every team has different standards. 14 years is a long time out winning a World Series. And until this year, last few years, we haven't really done anything like bold in the offseason to like give us a better chance. So like, why wouldn't we be tight? Why wouldn't we be complaining? You know, we didn't make the playoffs last year. That's a big deal.
No, that is a big deal. That's fine. I'm not saying like it's for things like that. I'm saying it's like little things. And people, again, like I feel like every Yankee fan has like a chip on their shoulder, like they're the hottest thing since sliced bread.
Well, I just think it's like a known thing. Like we have the most championships in sports history. That we should
Which
be
is
proud of that.
American sports history, by the way. Let's get real here.
Okay, what is
All
this,
right.
an international show, Tony?
Well, I mean, technically, we do cover some international sports sometimes,
I
dude.
did comment from Mexico. You
Yeah.
know, so.
So that's my opinion. And if I think the Yankees make a good move, I say that's cool. I mean, that's great. I mean, I don't know why.
I mean, it wasn't the biggest deal. I was just putting in my comment.
Well, this is what you started. This is what you started.
I'm
here.
kind of curious
Yeah.
too, because I don't think I've really directly asked you this. Like this offseason, like what grade would you give it for the Yankees?
For the Yankees?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I guess like Soto is great, obviously. Like,
Verdugo,
that
I
move
think
is huge.
Contact.
Verdugo
grit,
is good for, I mean, adding depth to your outfield
but
too. Like,
just
there
an
we go.
edge. I think we do need more of an edge, and he does bring that.
Yeah. And I feel like you definitely improved upon your outfield. I mean, that's huge, and you brought in some bats.
Grisham defensively.
Yeah, so that's great.
Kills the Mets.
I feel like you could have probably used maybe some more pitchers.
Yeah.
Losing Michael King, that is tough.
Mhm.
I don't know, probably like a B+, let's say, right?
And probably the best offseason we've had since we got Garrett Cole.
Yeah, I would say so. Can I say that, Domac?
No,
Can I say a good
okay.
offseason?
I thought you were gonna say like
Yeah.
a C, and I was gonna say something.
Because I just feel like
right.
Juan Soto's
That's
a
huge.
future Hall of
Yeah,
Famer.
that's huge.
I
And I
was,
feel
okay.
like
I was
people-
thinking B+, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And I feel like people also forget the Juan Soto deal because it happened so long ago. And then obviously Ohtani, Yamamoto came afterwards, and it was just like I feel like it's a little overshadowed already.
Yamamoto was tough.
Yeah.
And I do agree with you. The pitching, I think there's just questions, but I mean, there are people in the rotation that are capable. It's just a matter of if they're going to do it. But like clearly, I mean, Stroman, Cortez, and Rodon have to pitch well this year.
Especially
Yeah.
Like that's kind of like the
Yeah.
difference in how the season ends up, I think.
Definitely. And I saw, I guess because Michael King was our like multi-inning guy, right?
Yeah, and
So-
then we move him to the rotation.
And then supposedly I hear that now I guess Boone is saying that the guy we're gonna replace him with is Loizaga, as he's gonna fill like Michael King's quote unquote role for like the multi-inning reliever.
And then we're going to read a news report in May that's going to say Jonathan Loizaga going under the knife will miss the rest of this season.
Yep.
The majority of the 2025 season. Why? Like, why do that? I don't like that.
I don't know.
And listen, like, he might suck, but like, he had a couple good starts last year. Like, give Luke Weaver that opportunity or give Will Warren that opportunity. Not Loizaga, he should be the setup guy.
I don't know. I feel like we just love taking our time bringing up the minors, and I feel like other teams bring them up way faster.
Oh, good. Yeah. Yeah. But last year was a little different, but I think it's just because we were out of the race, obviously. And let me tell you, I mean, Austin Wells and Peraza, they better not start the season in the minors. Then I would be really tight. And a big thing too is Jose Trevino coming back too.
Yeah, because he was hurt like halfway through the year, right?
Yeah, and just wasn't hitting because, like, I don't know, you remember, like a couple of years ago, he was like one of our most clutch hitters.
Yeah.
Every time late in the game, he comes up just that little like liner single over second base every time.
Yep. I think it was also because he was trying to play through something too.
Yeah,
because he was trying to play through it
Yeah.
for like the first half of the year,
Yeah.
and then shut it down.
Yeah. So I think him and Wells platooning is great.
Mm.
Bullpen, yeah, I mean, I think, we could probably use another guy. But I would imagine, especially if Loizaga is going to be the multi-inning role, that Marinaccio, I guess, is going to be the main setup guy. And he was great for stretches, but then kind of lost it a little bit. But I've always liked him.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I like him. I think he'd be all right, but I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I'm trying to think who else bullpen-wise. Loizaga, Holmes, Marinaccio. Who else is?
I just feel like our bullpen hasn't this year. I think so far it's just not as good as it used to be. So
It just depends on how these guys look.
I
in
just
the
don't know how
spring.
they're going to perform. I really don't.
Yeah, the bullpen guys, and you got to make sure you don't stretch them out too much. I feel like at the beginning of the season, they were great. Your bullpen was awesome. And then you guys, some, starting rotation woes, had to rely on the bullpen a lot more, and they got too overstretched.
But even with being overstretched, and actually,
They're so great. Yeah.
two guys that I forgot about, Tommy Kahnle, Ian Hamilton.
Yep.
Right.
And Kahnle was great. And
Right.
then, like, oh my God, like he can't even go into a game and then had some injuries. Hamilton, same thing, was lights out. So
Mhm.
if you think about those guys, they could play a big role this year. So it's just about people, living up to expectations. And do you think Wandy's going to end up being a big loss? Just signed with the Padres yesterday, 4-year deal. I think just under $15 million.
Yeah.
I always liked him.
If
I thought he
we
was
don't-
gritty.
If we don't end up adding someone maybe towards a trade deadline, and this is what we run with in our bullpen, I think so, because I really did like how he pitched and how he played, and I like even just as like his emotion, I just loved everything about him. Like
Yeah.
that was a tough loss.
And I think the deal was it wasn't like the $4 million salary. I guess they just didn't want to give him 4 years. And I guess I saw the structure of this is after each year there's an opt-out. And I guess they just didn't want to give him that flexibility, but he just like, if I have an arm injury, poor performance, I could just like, stay under contract. What do you think, Tony? I mean, you think that's a pretty big loss or?
I don't think so.
He's
I feel
solid,
like-
but
yeah.
we churn these guys out like it's our job.
I was gonna say, I feel you can get another bullpen piece or develop one just
Yeah.
as good as Wandy was.
Yeah. The guy from the Astros we've just picked up, hopefully the guy from the Dodgers. So
Mhm.
hopefully we can develop those guys with guys that are already in the system.
Matt
But,
Blake.
yeah, Matt Blake, exactly. So we'll see.
Who complained about him before they left?
Jordan Montgomery.
Ah.
Yeah. I think the Mets should just sign Montgomery.
At this point, I think they should too.
But like all offseason, not like one word about that.
Nothing against, not even like about Monty at all. I feel
Yeah.
right. Like what? I haven't even heard anyone make an offer for him.
I thought early on, though, I did hear that like Texas wasn't going to re-sign him or something. I don't know if you
That's
remember
stupid,
hearing
dude.
But I kind of just want to see quickly if there's any other.
I don't know
article
why
about
the Mets
this.
don't go get him, dude.
What was like their biggest signing so far?
The Mets?
Yeah.
Luis Severino.
Severino?
Nice.
Harrison
No.
Bader.
Yeah. Bader,
No,
Severino.
Okay.
I guess that's really it.
Did they sign another starter?
There's a starter? No, because they signed Wendell, right? He's gonna be a utility guy.
Okay.
And then some other outfielder whose name is escaping me right now, but he has like a kind of a interesting name.
Oh, I guess they're saying Red Sox have some type of optimism for Jordan Montgomery. There's also articles about maybe the Cardinals.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
There.
Sorry. Sean Manaea, dude. Forgot about Sean Manaea. Not too wild about him.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the guy from the Brewers, too. The throw-up guy. Not Bauer. What the hell's his name?
Oh, I completely forgot.
I know you're
though.
talking about, but I don't remember the name.
I'm going to find it in a second, dude. Tyrone Taylor, the outfielder. Great job there. Adrian Hauser, dude. That's the guy.
Yeah.
But he's a starter?
It was
or
Hauser.
both?
I think he's worked in both. I think he's mostly been a starter, though.
Okay.
Because that was from the Brewers, Tyrone Taylor and Adrian Hauser.
Gotcha.
I mean, it's tough, dude.
But like, so you're really that like, I know I get it. Obviously, like you're discouraged by the offseason, but just would you say though you're still just as excited for the season as you always would be, or no?
No, I definitely expected more this offseason.
Yeah.
Just because I knew it was a turning of the page. We had
Mhm.
there was so much. There was a blank page ahead of us. We had more like positions to fill. There was a lot more of a question mark. Ooh, who's gonna be the new manager? Oh my God, we're gonna hire president of baseball operations. Like, who are we getting? Like, and then it's like at that point, like, let's bring in like two great guys, and then we can start to get like, are we getting Ohtani? Like, what's the deal? Yeah, we're probably getting one of those guys. Got none of those guys.
Yeah.
Over two.
So I mean, it's tough to hire Carlos Mendoza, who jury's gonna be out on him for a while.
Hey,
for me,
I
dude.
mean, we did you a favor there, honestly. A very good, player guy. Comes from a winning organization.
Stop it, dude.
What are expectations? Are you expecting playoff ball or?
Yeah, sure, dude. Always expected.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I think, because of the off season too, I mean, I guess if some of these moves work out, like if Sevy pans out, that's going to be huge for the rotation. Because if you really think about it, like Manaea, Senga, Sevy, if like they're solid, like we would imagine Senga has a good sophomore
And
year.
if Quintana doesn't have like a 6 ERA.
Yeah, like I mean,
was lights
these
out,
guys could be
Quintana
good.
last year?
I wouldn't know.
Did he have a run though where he was like pitching really well after he had gotten hurt? I thought.
I don't.
Pull up the numbers.
I don't really recall him going on a run.
And Josh B says you're not like losing Wandy, and yeah, I do agree. And I forgot. I feel like I was talking to somebody about that yesterday, and I don't know why I'm blanking about who I was, or maybe I was just listening to on the radio about that. But I guess it's just like we said, internally you'll be able to fill that. And hopefully for our sake, we're getting out in front of it.
Yeah. Looks like August. What do you have?
So he really didn't pitch that much.
Oh no, yeah, he did. He was out a lot.
But the overall, where are the overall numbers here?
Let's go back up to the top.
357.
Yeah.
Okay, and 13 starts. I mean, as you would say, Tony, not horrible. Right?
Not great.
No, but this day and age, actually, in all seriousness, a middle rotation and a rotation guy with a 3.5 is like actually pretty.
Yeah, but you need him to start a full season here. Like,
Yeah.
you don't have any room for injury.
Age is where? 35, 36?
35. He'll be turning
Okay.
36 in
Fits in
May,
well with
dude.
the elder statesman.
Yeah.
of the
So, I
Mets.
mean, it should be interesting to see what happens. Again, like things could, the ball could drop on either side of the line here.
Yeah.
In sense that it could be really good.
And also, I'm just thinking about something with Alonso. Any nervousness on your end that like Stearns is just not going to want to open the checkbook for him?
I mean, it seems like Stearns has been pretty upfront about keeping Alonso.
Like he's made multiple
Yeah.
statements saying,
he's made multiple. Of course, he says like, "Oh, like they give you the typical, anything's on the table here at this point with the team,
Right,
whatever."
right.
But it seems like he has expressed like, "Oh, hey, we want to keep him on the team. He's a great player, clubhouse guy, homegrown, the whole spiel." But I mean, I don't know. I don't think I can trust Stearns as far as I can throw him. To be honest, right now, he seems kind of like a weasel. He looks like a weasel to me, honestly.
So no, because
Yeah.
I feel like did I have any impact on that? Because I feel like I called it out from the start. Like this guy's a chief. Like
I mean, I guess I don't know. I mean, in the back of my head, it was always like, oh, like Brewers, like. I mean, this guy isn't coming in like he won the World Series before,
Yeah,
but like he's acting like it.
yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. We'll see. Like I may want to choke him out by
And
All-Star
I know
break.
it's easy for me to say, like, I don't have any stake in the game, but I don't know. I just feel like there is like a very big opportunity here for the Mets if they did trade him to just like
Alonso?
but like to get 5 or 6 like top line prospects.
I mean, again, like if what Scherzer said about the Mets were true and they want to be competitive in 2 to 3 years, like I would say, like then get rid of him.
Imagine the Orioles.
There'd be no reason.
They have some injuries. They need a little more offense.
Yeah.
And they probably would never do this, but they're like, we'll give you Jackson Holiday straight up.
That'd be kind of sick.
Like I feel like
they
you would do
never
it in
that,
a second, though. Right?
They wouldn't do that though.
You would, right?
Probably.
Wow, it would be a question.
It would be a question. Yeah. Well, how are both these teams doing right? Like how like
Yeah.
where are we at? How's Alonso doing? Is he like we're talking 40 home runs at this point? Like what's going on?
Is the average still struggling? Any concern about the average? 'Cause I
Yeah,
feel like
yeah,
that really tanked last
I
year.
mean, I feel like and
The injury,
we've seen,
right?
Yeah, like struggle with a little bit of injury. Definitely, he is getting better defensively every season, which is great.
Mhm.
Because he was kind of dog shit at first when he was first up and
Yeah.
started, but yeah, I mean the average is definitely a huge concern. We see it so many times with these power hitters who are going for the home runs. They strike out a lot. The batting average is low. You see it, on both sides of New York here. So I mean, yeah, some concern. You don't want to see that become consistent.
Yeah.
You want to see his focus shift over to just get on base at this point. Like
I hope that you guys don't have to experience what I was feeling when
Right.
Aaron Judge had to get re-signed because
God.
that I don't remember how long it was, but whatever that was, I felt
Yeah.
brutal.
was it Heyman with the Giants
Arson
tweet?
Judge.
Not
He
even
said
that,
arson
just
Judge.
leading-
Remember they
even
tweet out
leading
like
up to
Judge
it.
to the Giants?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
even leading up to it though, and then like finding out later on too. I mean,
Yeah.
this wasn't a part of it, but finding out later on too that Judge was saying that like he was gonna sign with the Giants, and then he got a call, and then they were talking about it, and they gave him the captain job, and then he stayed. I just threw my pen. I was getting too excited, but I just hope that doesn't happen.
Oh my
Even
God.
just as a normal baseball fan, I know.
wow,
I
so
don't
you're like a casual
I
fan
know,
now
I
at
don't
this
like-
point, huh, dude?
I don't like the Mets, but I hope I don't want to put that feeling in other.
Was the
people.
worst feeling. Me and Matt
It was
were
brutal.
bugging.
Dude,
about
we were
that.
here. Me, Mike, and Matt were here when the tweet went out about him going to the Giants.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, it was fucking crazy.
I
dude.
was so upset.
I remember
Yeah.
I actually I think I was the one that told Matt that he signed with the Yankees. As soon as I found out, I called him. But that was just like, oh my God, thank God.
That was a huge relief.
Because in really, I think we're very fortunate because Cashman, being the prick that he is, just completely misplayed that situation. It was just like, it's like, what are you doing? Like you're so bad at your job, like developing guys, drafting guys. You finally like hit on somebody, and then like he does way better than anybody else you've ever drafted, and you're trying to stiff him.
Yeah.
And then you end up paying, an extra $100 million probably because they could have done the extension a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
I think they could have done it. Didn't they? Weren't they able to do it that off season?
Yeah.
Then they said no, and then
right
arbitration.
before opening day,
Yeah.
I think they offered it was like 7 years, like 218.
Yeah.
And then he got an extra $140 million. That was just insane. And thinking about contract wise too, Tony, do you have like a baseline of what you're thinking that contract looks like for Alonso? Judge was 9-3-60. Is it less than that? Is it more than that? Like what do you
I mean, I can see year wise maybe being around that that much time. I mean, 9-3-60. I don't know. I wouldn't pay
not
that.
that much.
Yeah, no.
So is it
320?
okay? So 9 for 320 basically.
Sounds about right.
And if he says I need 10 for 4, you're saying sayonara?
10 for 4.
Yeah. Tough line in the sands.
I mean, I guess, dude. 10 for 4 is like a big ask, I feel.
Yeah, and then like if there's any type of issue.
How old is
After
he?
it's 28.
Okay, yeah, because he came up the year after Judge.
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah. He was the year after.
2018, or was he 2019?
He's 29 now.
Might have been
It's
2019.
2019.
So
Yeah.
Okay.
would he sign as a 30-year-old though? Like when is his birthday? Are you signing him from 30 to 40?
December's his birthday, so
Okay.
I mean, you're basically signing from 30 to 40.
Oof.
You know, which again, that's fine. But the money, I mean, that's tough, dude. How's he gonna do this season though? Like he's coming off a stellar year. Because at that point, your hands a little bit more tied.
235,
No,
37 home runs.
no,
Really?
yeah.
Yeah, that's why. But see, that's why I'm saying I don't think Stearns is going to trade him.
Is it because of the batting
I
average?
mean, I don't think Stearns is going to give him that type of contract. I think he's going to, especially if the Mets get off to like a
Mhm.
20-40 start. I think he's going to trade him at the deadline.
Yeah, I can see that. I guess
Um,
I wouldn't be surprised. I
Yeah.
guess if they really are that bad.
yeah. We'll have to see though. Interesting. I mean, that's a big decision to make right there. I mean, I think
Sheesh.
that's going to change the whole direction of the team in the next 10 years.
Oh yeah, dude.
So what would you like if you don't want 40 home runs and 235 batting average to be enough? Then what would you want from him?
40 home runs and like a 265, 270 batting.
Because I
Like,
go back
yeah,
to the
yeah.
numbers again. I mean, what has he
217
done
is brutal.
average wise before last season? 270, 260, 230. Okay, and then that first year, 260. So I think you would
Yeah.
take 260. You just don't want it to be any lower than that.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, again, like look at like his freshman year, bang, like rookie of the year, 53 home runs, 260, solid. And then sophomore year, we talked about it. Like historically, always goes to shit
Struggle,
after
right.
rookie of the year.
COVID year as well.
Yeah, exactly. So 2021 comes back, 262, 2022, 271, improving. Last season plummets.
217.
Like what happened
Brutal.
there, dude?
And also, the strikeouts went up a little bit.
And you see it too. I mean, like watching his at bats, it's that classic, like it's the sliders blown away. He can't stay off of them, and he's just striking out.
Yeah. Oh God, the slider blown away.
It's brutal. I mean, I get it. It's tough. It's probably the toughest thing to do as a batter is to lay off some of those because
Maybe him and Stanton should like watch him tape together.
yeah,
Literally.
really, dude. Oh my god.
What do you guys think for Stanton this year? I mean, anything?
I don't know, dude.
If
He's
at
an
this point I
enigma,
don't
that
even care
guy.
about the home runs. I just want him to I just want the batting average to go up, and I
Like-
want him to just playing.
Yeah, like just like what we're just talking about. I mean, he hit 250.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
And the thing is, like, just because of how bad hitters are now, like 250 seems like, like that's, but it's like,
Dude.
that's not, that we're not asking for
Yeah.
anything. Like, you should be able to do that.
I think here and there though during last season, didn't he go on a couple stretches like where? I mean, I don't know about the batting average, but there was a couple stretches where he hit a home run like
Right.
like 5 and 10 games or something like
Mhm.
that. Like he had some good stretches, but it's just got to be consistent because like he'll
Yeah.
have good stretches, then there's times that he has bad
I think
bad
he's done, dude.
stretches.
I think it's over.
It's so annoying
It's
because you
over.
look at like just like the age too. Like we really got him at like kind of a pretty good time. Like he should have hit like he should have 500 home runs.
Yeah,
by
he
now.
should be. That's tough. I mean, again, look at that 2017 Miami. I mean, there has not been a season that's really like that.
No, but it's there's a couple in there. Like obviously,
I mean, the first year of the Yankees was good.
fine. And then 2021, fine.
Yeah.
And then it's just 2022 first half fine, and then it's been just a dumpster fire ever
Sub
since.
sub 200 is insane.
That really is insane. Like, how are you like
Insane.
consistently being starting?
Yeah, and I don't know like the numbers on it, but I wonder if it's like the bat speed, like what it is, or the leg injuries.
I've been saying it this whole time. I mean, I'm not an MLB player, so this could be completely wrong, but I feel like it's just a stance too. Like with the way he hits, it's like I don't understand how you hit like low and outside in the box. Like how do you get down there when you're all like I don't
Yeah.
understand how he does it.
How'd you-
Well, also the interesting part is that season that he hit the 59 home runs, he had a different stance. And
Mhm. Oh,
he
he
struggled
did.
at the beginning of the year, switched to that, and then went absolutely ape and just never wanted to change. But maybe it's time to change back.
That's so stupid, dude. I think whatchamacallit, I want to say it was Pete Rose maybe on MLB Network one time. They had him as a guest appearance, Studio 42 MLB Tonight. And he was talking about
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
and he was saying how like the worst thing you can do as a batter in the major leagues is change your batting stance. That's what got you there in the first place. If you want to make an adjustment as a batter, you just move up, down, back, or up in the box. Like you never change your batting stance, he said.
But then he's already changed it. So would it make sense to change back? Like if
I-
you were his
I-
personal hitting coach?
That was his personal hitting coach. Wow.
You were suggested?
I'd be like, let's get back to the basics, dude. Yeah, like that. Hey, Giancarlo, do me a favor. Touch your toes.
We have Corey Saccone getting in the mix here. He says,
let's go.
Barn, the Stanton golf stance gets rid of the slice. I kind of do a Stanton golf stance sometimes. I was telling you, pumped to see Corey this weekend. The NHL All-Star game.
Let's go, Mohegan.
Ballo, Tony.
That's fire, dude.
You've eaten there or no?
No.
Oh, you would go insane.
I'm so starving right now.
And
what do you
there's
have in
this
the menu?
dish. I guess I did have it a while ago, but Corey got it last time. Chicken franchise, side of rigatoni, and he literally said,
"Oh God,
best like chicken franchise he's ever had."
That sounds so good right
and
now.
And then
dude.
have your bottle of house cab.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's so sick.
The bread, Tony.
Stop it, dude.
Thinly sliced focaccia. So I'm pumped for that. Pumped for golf too with Corey. We had a couple good rounds last year. Lake of Isles. You got to go there this year, Tony. Lake of Isles, like
let's go.
Insane.
All right,
it's nice.
And Mohegan course, both like really really nice.
Sick.
And also we did miss their hot take Johnny. I haven't heard from him in a while.
I know. He says, "Good morning, gentlemen. Shout out to DTV and TC. How about the Knicks?" He says, "Big game versus the Pacers tonight. They are one game back of the 2 seed. I'm sure he is riled for the Knicks, dude.
Yes.
And excited to hear from him. Like you said, I haven't heard from him in a while.
I'm gonna actually watch that game tonight.
Wow.
Definitely gonna watch that game.
Sure. Sopranos on the other screen?
Possibly. Josh B also says, "Hot take Johnny." Riled up. And you know what I just like there? Like that segment, Tony, we just had. Like, we're even planning to talk about baseball.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's a half hour later.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's funny. Before the show, Domac's sitting here worried, nervous,
what are we gonna talk
looking
about?
up storylines. Are we just going to say hello and it's like, peace out? Like, what's going on? I'm like, dude, we're going to, it's going to be just talk baseball probably for a half hour.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
It's just awesome. Honestly, nothing like it. And I really hope like you lose the pessimism, Tony. I want you to be jacked up for this.
Well, you're just a casual fan, I guess. I don't tell you.
No, but I don't. The one thing that I would say for you is like there are a lot of times like going into a year, like you look at a team, you're like, this is going to be an absolute mess.
Yeah.
And then like they're actually like pretty good. So like there is that possibility.
We'll see. Yeah.
I'm all for fans that want to switch teams. If you want, like,
I would let it
if
go.
I'm
not gonna.
Let me explain.
To.
You don't have to, but let me explain. Do you know how like easier and how much happier life would be? Like, imagine all 3 of us are Yankee fans. Like, there would be no arguing.
Yeah,
You're gonna get mad. We'd be
really
hanging
nice,
out.
Tony,
It'd be so much nicer.
Right.
We'd be angry together. We'd be happy together. We'd be sad together. Like, everything would just be so much better. Because like you're sitting there in Mets land and it's just brutal all the time.
Yeah.
It's just
the Mets don't deserve you.
That's what I'm. That's
no,
exactly.
No, this is ridiculous.
They don't deserve you.
If I change sides, I would hate myself.
I will get you a jersey.
Supposed to coach
that's gonna be your gift. That'll be your gift.
No, I can't, dude. Because then I'd be wearing a Mets jersey to a Mets game, and you guys are yelling.
We can leave the Mets jersey at home.
You know what I'm thinking about too, Tony, though? And I know the pitching is a question mark, but just for the Mets, I mean, if the hitters have a couple bounce back years, I mean, the lineup actually might be pretty good.
I mean, listen, if
the great Lindor
continues to improve like he's been, it's great. If Nimmo again plays like he's been, that's great. If McNeil continues to hit well, improve the average,
year, right?
he did. He had a good first half, and the second half was just trash.
Brutal.
So again, that's someone maybe you may look to move, but
Francisco
again,
Alvarez
could have a huge year. You never know what Alvarez is going to do. You never know what Beatty's going to look like too. He's been working hard in the offseason. And on top of that, Marte stays healthy. I mean, people forget we going into that wild card series against the Padres. I mean, he was huge. Marte was on fire, dude. He was getting all of our runs in.
Yeah.
And obviously, old age, injury, can't move that well in the outfield. But if he stays healthy and he has a good bat, we could have a good lineup. We could have a good pitching rotation. But it's just so much of an if that slapped to this season. So we'll see, dude. And that seems to be what Stearns and Cohen are doing. They're waiting and seeing, I guess.
Prediction on Alvarez this year, stat wise.
Ooh.
Struggled with the average last year.
Yeah. I don't remember what it was, but I want to say he'll probably have a 250 average, let's say.
Which
is
fine.
Solid. I'm very happy about that. I don't know, 35 home runs.
Maybe an all-star.
Yeah.
I mean, because there's not that many good hitting catchers.
Oh, yeah, especially at the catching position. Yeah, definitely, dude.
But yeah, I actually, when we were talking about this, I completely forgot about him. I think he could be really good.
I feel
Yeah.
like those are definitely all-star numbers. I don't even know about maybe.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like who
250,
What other
35
catcher?
home runs.
Yeah,
I
Like,
mean, it's
yeah.
really what just Sean
Yeah.
Murphy, like is
yeah, Sean Murphy, I guess.
right? No, because he's
Yeah.
actually didn't he like go off last year?
Oh my God, yeah,
Yeah.
of course, the Braves.
Real
Like, who-
Muto, I feel like it's kind of slipped a little
fizzed
bit.
out, dude. Yeah.
Yeah. Boy, that did.
I mean, the Phillies just fizzed out in general.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
But still, that being said, the division is tough. I mean, both NL and AL East are tough. But
Yeah.
it just, I mean, who's really like? I feel like everybody. Maybe people would want to argue the Mets don't have a shot at the playoffs.
Yeah.
But like everybody in that division has a chance.
literally, even Miami. Yeah.
like improving every
Mhm.
year.
Didn't
so-
Philly take a step down this offseason? Didn't they lose some pieces? I could be completely wrong, but I thought I saw that they lost pieces. Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, because you think about the core of the team,
Yeah.
Turner,
Harper.
Harper,
Yeah.
Realmuto,
Yeah.
Nola, resigned.
Aaron Nola, they have still. I'm pretty sure.
Resigned.
Yeah.
I don't know if they actually lost anybody.
I didn't really.
Maybe that's a
pay
personal feeling.
much
I don't know. I just
attention.
feel like they're. I don't know. I just feel like maybe. I just
Zach
feel like they've
Wheeler, they
lost.
still
I feel like
have,
this
right?
year they're
Yeah,
just not.
Wheeler,
I feel like they
Noah.
won't be where they've been the last couple of years. But that's how I kind of been feeling the last couple of years, and then they
Mhm.
come playoff time and
Oh,
then they
yeah.
go off. So
It's
I
like
mean,
saying the Chiefs are in a decline.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember who their closer was.
No, I was
it
wrong then.
Alvarado? No.
Wasn't it Kimbrel?
Oh, it was.
And then where did he went to?
Not back to the.
No.
Alec Bohm, Bryson Stott.
Orioles, which I like because I
Wow.
think he blows up
Yeah,
sometimes.
garbage.
That'll be good for the Yankees, especially not having to face Felix Batista. in the
Yeah,
ninth.
yeah.
So much better.
Oh my God,
honestly.
Batista, dude. is
And then also
unreal.
Cano was really good for them last year, but he struggled down the stretch too. They
Yeah.
tried to put him in the closing role, so
Mhm.
at least that bodes well. Yeah, so we'll see, but definitely real jacked up about baseball. But let's go now to the world of the National Hockey League.
Here he comes. McDavid shoots. Top shelf. He scores. Captain with the overtime winner. That's the middle quick. It's a world-class hit right here. Tomsky stepping. Rink Washington made the full split save.
Are you kidding me?
Turn. Side of the net. Between the legs and they score. Filthy. David Pasternak. The silver trophy to the Golden Knights.
Glad you pulled up that article, Tony, because all this
Yes.
baseball talk, I completely forgot. Big trade, National Hockey
Huge.
League yesterday. You're all over it, so let's have you break it.
Dude, that is correct here. So, a pretty crazy trade here between the Canucks and the Flames. Both the Canadian teams, obviously here, but the Flames will be sending forward center, I believe, actually, Elias Lindholm, to the Vancouver Canucks in exchange for a 2024 first-round pick, a conditional fourth-round pick, Andrei Kuzmenko, Hunter. I don't know how to say his last name. I'm gonna try Brustuix and Joni Germo. And now this is pretty interesting here because last season I've been following Kuzmenko for probably 2 seasons now, and he was a big outlier for the Canucks last season. Has great numbers this year too. I think he's 27 years old. Kind of a no-name player. The Canucks just kind of
remember you
stumbled
mentioning
upon
his
him, I
name.
guess. Yeah, last year he was huge for them. 21 points so far in the season. He's just, I believe he plays mostly right wing. Maybe some center actually. But yeah, I mean, you look at him and he's been a solid contributor for Vancouver. And I understand they're trying to get some extra pieces, but for Elias Lindholm, who's 2 years older, he's a good center. He wins about 53% of his faceoffs typically. But this season, 32 points, 9 goals, 23 assists. I understand maybe for this season, Lindholm is a better piece than Kuzmenko, but I've really enjoyed Kuzmenko. And then the picks, a first round, a conditional fourth rounder, and then 2 other prospects. So that defenseman, and the other forward,
Great.
Germo.
You're basically saying great deal for the Flames.
Yeah, no, I am
Yeah.
saying great deal for the Flames here.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that they kind of fleeced Vancouver a little bit. They gave up too much for this guy Lindholm. It's actually funny. Yesterday we were talking like Rangers potentially looking at Elias Lindholm since Hedl out for the rest of the year now, which kind of sucks that he's off the table because he would have been a great third line center for the Rangers.
Would you want to give up a first round?
No, dude.
Yes.
Well, I would have given up the first round pick, sure, but probably not anything else.
And I'm sure
maybe a couple of no-name bodies in Hartford, but I wouldn't be giving up someone like Kuzmenko.
I don't think the package would have made sense. It would have been too rich.
It definitely would have been too rich, and I think there were plenty of teams interested in Lindholm. I think Domac was saying Boston. I think I read Detroit too as well.
Mm-hmm. After blowing it last night,
and yeah, they did.
And then I guess supposedly Colorado asked about it.
Oh, Colorado too. Colorado could have used him for sure.
Really? Do they really need anything? I feel like they're like perfect.
Sometimes their offense is kind of wonky, and they definitely need the help because I feel like Georgiev isn't having a great year.
Is there stats like team goals per game on teams? I'm just curious. If I had to guess, I would think there were one. No, Edmonton's probably up there.
I guess like NHL best team stats 2024 season. See what that comes up.
Yeah, good. Yeah, go to the ESPN.
ESPN. Yeah,
ESPN.
Let's try ESPN. See what they got, dude. ESPN sometimes for hockey. I don't really like it. Okay, here we go.
Goals per. What do you know?
Avalanche, dude. 3.84 they average. Here we go. Vancouver right behind them, then Dallas, then the Oilers, and then Boston.
I'm curious where they are for goaltending leaders. Go to the complete leaders. The column right next to it. Go to complete leaders underneath. Yeah. Where do they rank there? Okay, so they're down 3.1. Rangers 2.86. And it's funny too. I feel like that Quicks helped that out a lot.
Yeah, definitely.
And actually, Don was talking about Igor the other night, and
what was he saying
yesterday on the Michael K show. It was saying kind of like this year, rest of the season is a big year, and also the fact that a lot of people thought he was like a legendary goaltender, and he might not be, but it doesn't matter because all you need him to do is just get hot in the playoffs. But it's just how his save percentage is 8.99, and it was what 9.36 or something.
Yeah. He had
a couple years ago.
He was almost like breaking the record for the league save percentage. Within 1 year. And I think Don is right. I mean, you really don't need him to be posting numbers, dude. I mean, you just need him to win a cup for this team. I mean, if he wins a cup with the Rangers, that is huge.
Yeah,
it's something that has been done.
But the way he's playing now, though,
it's not good.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not going to be good enough.
It's not. I mean, his game against the Knights most recently, he looked like dog shit.
Hate to. Oh no, what were you gonna say?
No, I was just saying. Then next game, then back to back, Quick comes in and he looks like he's like a starting goaltender. You know, so it's tough when Quick's behind you too, doing well.
And I hate to rub salt in the wounds. And if you want to just look this up, Corey just texted me. I guess he said the Mets just added Jake Diekman. I don't know if you saw that or
no.
Look it up.
Jake Diekman.
Deeking.
Is it
Diekman?
There we go. There it is. Let's see some news here, buddy. Mets target.
He signed. Oh, no, but that was
22 hours.
Let's just see here.
May 10th. No, it's not.
Let me see if it's on Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter sometimes is good. The Deke man.
Oh, okay. Talking baseball 8 minutes ago. Mets are close to adding Jake Diekman. 3.34
2 minutes
ERA.
ago. John Flanagan, welcome to Queens.
Numbers were good in Tampa.
Yeah.
Because I do remember pitching in the 8. Actually, I mean, that's probably a good move.
2.18 ERA across 50 appearances in the Rays last season.
You'll take that.
50 appearances too. Let's fucking go.
That's a good trade.
Yeah. How old is it? Anyone? Jake?
No, I've had to guess like 30, 31 maybe.
Yeah, I would say 30.
20. 37?
Oh,
what?
Whoa,
He's
dude.
been around that long?
He's a Nebraska native.
Well, he fits right in with the Mets.
He's probably going to actually increase the average age of the team now. Believe it or not.
Yeah, there you go. So just wanted to get that in there.
All right, that's not bad.
Yeah.
So it sounds like back to this hockey trade that the Flames got a lot for a little. Like they really
need
that deal.
Again, I mean, Elias Lindholm, I mean,
go to the career stats though. Has he had?
Yeah, he's got
but go to his seasons. I'm just curious. Like
his past few seasons. I mean, I don't think anything crazy.
Well, I mean, last year, that's a
guess
pretty good year.
Calgary 2 years ago, 40 assists, 42 goals. That's great. I mean, he's not really on pace for that in terms of goal scoring at all. But again, obviously, Calgary has had a tough season. That's for sure. So look, it's no doubt that Vancouver is improving their lineup. By adding this center too. He wins a lot of faceoffs too. It's what Vancouver needs. And I don't know. I mean, I guess it's just the market and where Vancouver is placed. Like I said, it's going to improve their team. but Calgary definitely took advantage of the fact of where the market is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Calgary, I mean, I guess good for them getting Kuzmenko, who's a couple years younger, but they got to figure out their shit. They're probably gonna have to like start to heavily retool.
Yeah, and then they're gonna have to retain to trade.
Yeah.
And maybe they keep Kadri. I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Kadri, we looked at his stats for a few seasons. I think he was fraudulent over there in Colorado because of his buddies.
Yeah, I mean that definitely
see,
helps.
dude.
I
You
just want to see if there's any. Wait, what do you mean? I don't know.
No, I'm talking to Domac.
Oh, okay. But yeah, right now, point wise, the second wild card. I mean, they're 5 points out. I mean, which is kind of crazy because it seems like they've been so bad all year, but they're actually 22, 22, and 5.
Wow.
So we'll have to see. But boy, I really hope Igor gets it together. But I have to say, Tony, like, I don't know if I'm that confident about that.
But you were getting together? I wouldn't be. I'm not. I mean, I'm not.
Yeah.
Like right now, I'm not.
It's like, do they need to do something like drastic?
Like what? Trade him?
Or do you think it's just going to be like,
wait it out, dude.
No, but I'm saying like the playoff star has like a bad first game or two. Like it's going to be the quick show.
That's why you brought in Quick.
Yeah.
That would be unbelievable.
Imagine though too if it's like only the playoffs. Like he's fine in the regular season, and it's just like they have to pull him, and they're like, we're going with Quick, and then
Quick wins it.
Yeah.
For New York.
You think he would retire?
Yeah, I think he would.
That would be like
legend. He would go down as one of the greatest goaltenders.
Yeah. So we'll see.
I mean, he is going to be going down as one of the greatest goaltenders, but winning a cup with the Rangers, dude.
Just give me 1 second.
Yeah, anything you need, dude. But nonetheless, dude, we do have some hockey to talk about. And it is crazy too. Like Domac said before, too. Canucks, Calgary, in the same division there. I mean,
So-
I know they're ways apart, but
Halfway through the season, is there any teams that like, because like I'm gonna try to learn here, little learning 2 minutes.
yeah, what do you got, dude?
What like were there any teams before the year that weren't supposed to be where they are right now? Like were the Canucks like looked at into the season as like a top tier team?
No, definitely not top two. I would say, I mean, looking at this, Florida definitely not. Florida was a wild because they made it to the Cup final last year, but they were the 8th seed.
Yeah,
that was
They
crazy.
beat Boston.
So everyone was like, "Oh, that was like a dream run."
Yeah.
Probably not gonna happen again. Here they go. They're second in the East right now.
Yeah.
People also thought Boston, although the Bruins are always competitive every year.
Yeah.
They had a couple retire like veteran players retired.
Yeah, that's
so
what I heard. They thought they were gonna drop off.
Probably drop off a little bit. They're first in the East.
Yeah.
So that's like big. In terms of maybe some teams like mid teams right now, Red Wings definitely supposed to be way worse, and then Flyers definitely supposed to be way worse.
Well, the Red Wings, though,
Like-
they're gonna blow it.
No,
They lost
they're
last
probably gonna
night.
blow it.
I mean, come on.
Flyers.
Thank God I didn't take him. I
Like
would've
we
been
know about
pissed.
Carter Hart too.
Right.
So he's not gonna be around anymore. But like people definitely in the East, people definitely expected like the Islanders, the Penguins, the Devils to probably be up here. You know.
Gotcha.
And then in the West, I mean, not really. The West is pretty. Other than
Kings will fade
Vancouver,
out.
like people didn't think Vancouver would be first in the West for sure.
And they won't be.
Um,
Colorado will overtake.
you never know.
No, but come on, wouldn't you say
They
more
just
than
added
like-
Elias Lindholm.
You really think they're just gonna coast #1 seed West?
I never said coast, but they could still be the #1 seed in the West at come
Have
playoff
they played
time.
Colorado yet?
I'm sure they have. If
Quirks of the schedule, though. You would think we played the Islanders.
I know, but we haven't. Let's see. Colorado right here lost 5-2.
Colorado again, 5-2.
There we go. No. This
Oh, it's
is
the same one.
Wednesday, right?
Okay.
And then stop me if you see. We don't. Oh,
We
but they
don't.
are not gonna play them again until February 20th
And then what? Is
in
there
Colorado,
one more?
and then another one at home in March.
And they go 4 or no?
No, there's 3.
But some teams play each other 4 times, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure how that plays out.
Yeah.
With some seasons. But yeah, so that's basically it. No huge surprises, I feel like, around the league.
Josh B with breaking news.
What?
Let's
Nice,
strike it up. The Washington Commanders, per Josh B, have hired
Dan Quinn.
Wow.
the former Atlanta Falcons head coach, and was recently the defensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys. So a big blow for Dallas. I know obviously he kind of messed up in the
Huge
wild
blow.
card game, but he had done a good job since taking over. So he goes to Washington, rebuilding efforts, under Josh Harris, that ownership group. And big question again, another defensive guy getting hired, but what's the quarterback situation?
Yeah.
What does the offense look like? Does Eric Bieniemy hang around? You wouldn't think so. A lot of questions.
What do you got? What's your thoughts?
I would say, I actually honestly no, I don't think so. I don't think it's a good move, honestly, because it's like, the D, he couldn't adjust against the Packers defensively. And I know they had done a good job before that, but then, he was a head coach of Atlanta for a while at the, why give it another go? I don't get that. Like, why wouldn't you bring in an offensive guy to work with the quarterback? What do you guys think?
I have to agree, right? That's what they really need. I don't, but what I guess what else would the Commanders do? Who else would they pivot to?
I would say, I guess maybe Ben Johnson wasn't interested, but also Bobby, I forgot what his last name is, but he was the Texans offensive coordinator. That would have been a good move.
Yeah,
I think any coach that's taking that over, I don't even know if you
be a
can
shit show.
say it's, that's what I'm saying. It's gonna be a shit show anyway. So I don't even know if I can even say it's a good or
but
it's gonna look like a bad move this year because I think they're still gonna be terrible. But that maybe I think it just depends on if Sam Howell plays better, then maybe that's how you can decide. But
I think also though, they're probably gonna draft a quarterback because I think they have, it might be the second overall pick. So,
wow.
I don't know. Defensive guy.
Would you, if you,
coach.
I know the quarterbacks are really good in this draft, but I think Sam Howell played pretty well and definitely I think he exceeded expectations.
I would get out and get a quarterback.
Yeah.
I know sometimes he was, I think to my knowledge, sometimes he did play really bad, but I don't know. I felt like he definitely exceeded expectations.
I guess, but I feel like the expectations are kind of low.
Yeah, and he turned the ball over a ton.
Yeah.
The turnovers, dude.
And it's like, listen, take Drake May, and then if he's not ready to start Sam Howell. If Sam Howell looks pretty good, then you could trade him. But 21 touchdowns, 21 picks.
That's not good.
No, I know.
So they do have that second overall pick. Yeah, you just would expect Chicago to take Williams, and then I guess there's Jaden Daniels is out there. I think it's too high for McCarthy. I don't really,
it's too high.
Penix, it's too high, right? There's no one else to take, right?
That's it. It's over.
Maybe Daniels has a good pro day. I don't know.
Sayonara,
Tony. But yeah, boy, I really hope after this All-Star break the Rangers get together. Who's going to be playing in the game for the Rangers? Anybody?
It's a good question. I think I had it pulled
Panarin,
up.
Right?
Panarin. I think maybe Trocheck too.
Foxy or no?
I don't think so, dude. I think we're gonna have to go over, by the way, tomorrow because we're running a little short on time. Rangers, Vinny T, baby, there he is. Is that it? I guess that's it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Vinny T. Is that his first All-Star appearance?
I don't know I don't know what maybe the asterisk means, first All-Star appearance.
Or was he a fill-in replacement?
Injury replacement, dude. Connor Bedard, Jack Eichel, and Jack Hughes. Interesting. Good for Vinny T, dude.
You think?
Yeah. You know how I feel about him.
Yeah. No. He's I've said already. He's had a good year. We'll give you that, right?
Great year.
Anything stick out to you from last night, or just a bunch of mediocre teams playing? Senators 3-2 overtime over the Red Wings, Kings 4-2 over the Predators, and then Ducks 3-2 over the Sharks in OT.
Obviously, Ducks we called.
Yeah.
I guess it happened in OT, but Frankie V with a goal,
Frankie
Troy
V,
Terry, the goal, the assist, and then Kings. I think you went Predators yesterday, didn't you?
No, I went Kings.
They went Kings. Oh, good job.
I think so did you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
I picked up one game, but you're still up by 10. So
okay. And then
Great.
Senators, I mean, it sucks that, Red Wings, Husso is out. I don't know. I think they had
Kane's out.
Yeah, that's right. Patty Kane's out, hip, old, Dunzo probably. And I forget who their backup tender is. He's not bad. Someone with an L or something. But anyway, Senators, I guess, pick up a win in OT. A tough loss to the Red Wings, but hey, it's I'm sure half these teams were thinking all-star break mentality.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So,
I was just seeing here too. So it was Lyon is the goaltender.
Lions.
No, it's Lyon. Lyon. What?
Lion.
No, didn't you just say Lions or something?
I think I said Lions, like with an S.
Oh,
but
gotcha.
Lion,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. I mean, that's fair, right? Or
It's
no?
okay. Yeah, no, very fair. We are fair. Yes.
Oh man. So what do you think? I mean, I guess since we took up a bunch of chunk time here, we'll go selections tomorrow for
I think selections tomorrow. That'll make sense.
Yeah, give us some more meat.
Yeah, and then they do the draft tonight. So
Draft tonight, we can talk about
we
that.
couldn't really, we could do that tomorrow. Tate McRae.
And then just for the hell of it, Tony, curious what your thoughts, couple games here. So the big Michael Buckton match, Lakers Celtics, Boston,
Right.
11.5-point favorite at home. Any hope for Mr. Bucket here?
I would say
AD out, I think.
Yeah, probably, right?
I mean, I'll check. But
Remember what did he say? He felt a little sore yesterday. Is that what he said?
Yeah. Feel a little
Guys,
sore.
in a
Little
class.
sore,
So
dude,
annoying because
like,
he is so
unbelievable, dude.
good, but it's just like if you're injured all the time, he's questionable. But do you think that even matters?
Yeah, no.
I mean, they've been losing to the Rockets.
I mean, give me the Celtics covering the spread, and then
Yeah.
give me the over too.
Yeah,
Why not?
I'm gonna say, probably the Celtics in the under. 240's rich.
Do they cover 11.5?
Yeah.
I think it's gonna because I think Davis won out of playing.
Yeah.
And the Celtics are home too.
Yeah, Celtics have one lot or two
Two
losses,
losses.
22-2.
Ridiculous.
And then you got the Knickerbockers here, 3.5-point home favorites. Pacers. I think Johnny was talking about this. Knicks have been an absolute bender. I mean, Pacers are good, but I don't know. It just seems like the Knicks are just on a roll right now.
Yeah, I mean, how can you?
What was that?
Nothing. Domac was just making faces at me.
Oh, okay. All right.
What? I mean, he was making faces at me, dude.
Anyway, any thought there, Tony?
I would say, easily New York and then
The whole
covering the
crowd.
spread. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
The Garden, I'm sure, will be rocking.
Yeah.
17-5 at home. That's a great record right there.
Right.
Probably the second best in the league, I would think.
Because Halliburton isn't playing tonight, correct?
Who?
Halliburton.
No, I don't think so.
I think he's hurt.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But I think is Nick's a little banged up as well because they won the other night without Randall and without someone else.
Well,
I think,
Randall's
too.
a long-term injury.
Yeah,
Right.
Randall's gonna be out,
Robinson's
but
been out
someone
since the
else,
beginning
but
of
there
the
was someone
year.
else I think that was also out.
Hartenstein, maybe?
Maybe.
I mean, if DiVincenzo and Josh Hart step up like they have,
Yeah.
then
Right.
they'll be fine.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think the Pacers are terrible without Halliburton.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, and even with Halliburton, I don't know.
I agree.
Like,
I'm a little unbiased because they beat us in season tournament, so I kind of already don't like them. But I just feel
Mhm.
like they're just. I don't know if they're really that well constructed. I feel like come playoff time,
Right.
like they're just not going to be a good team.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, I agree. I like there's talented players, but it's just how we've seen this group together for a while. It's like,
Mhm.
how long are you gonna give it? You know?
Yeah. No, I think you're totally right. How long?
Josh B says Anunoby is the one that's injured.
Ananobi.
Oh, Anunoby got injured
OG Anunobi.
already. See, Tibbs was running him too much. Look at this, dude. He's been here for a month.
It's not good.
I just want to actually just see what the deal is there. I'm just kind of curious.
The other two games are pointless. I don't even think Embiid's not playing. That game's pointless. And then, Cavs, Grizzlies. Cavs are cool and all, but the Grizzlies are just
Oh yeah,
terrible.
without
Dunzo,
Ja.
dude. Ja Morant.
It says questionable.
Mm.
So
It's
elbow
questionable.
injury, but it's
Maybe.
missed the
maybe,
last two.
maybe not.
But I don't even think it matters. I mean, like it'll help, but I'm saying I think they still win either way.
Yeah, especially with Halliburton not playing, I think they still win.
Yeah.
Unless Buddy Hield has 40, like
Yeah. Okay. And he says could be back tonight. So, So really, that about does it here. But a lot to talk about tomorrow.
Hell yeah,
recap
brother.
The first round of the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am.
Yes.
Make our All-Star Weekend picks. Talk a little NBA. And then a little on the way out here from Hot Take Johnny, he said, I forgot who called your show before the season started and said the Knicks would be good and got called stupid for that on air. I don't know. There was something with Michael, maybe.
Yeah,
I think that was the Michael time.
and
But,
that
you
was
know,
Hot Take Johnny.
I think he was having a bad day. Like,
well, that's what Johnny. Well, Johnny was saying, like, oh, who forgot? Like, I called and said it.
No,
You know.
I know that, Tony. I was just making light of it, but a little afternoon nap maybe for you today.
Yeah, maybe, dude.
And then he says the return of Obi Toppman coming back to the Garden. But yeah, so like I said, we'll talk about all that stuff tomorrow. But really appreciate everybody who tuned in today. Continues to comment, like, and subscribe. All of the archives on the YouTube page, Tony, Michael, Renee, and Jay in costume. Merch, downtimetv.com. Want everybody to enjoy the day, enjoy the games, and we will see you mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.